Well, as an Israeli, I want to say bye bye, Biden. And welcome back, President Trump. I just been watching this from here, and it's been an amazing roller coaster event, more than any Disneyland ride could ever be. And I'm watching it like it's like a movie it's playing out. There's old man Biden. He's getting slow and he's getting heavy, and he's starting to kind of stutter. And they literally just throw him under the bus. I mean, again, not that I'm a great lover of Biden, but literally throwing him under the bus in just like a bad Star Wars movie, also owned by Disney. Okay, in comes girl boss Harris. No experience, no ability, no powers, no intelligence, no leadership, no charisma, and she's going to be the girl boss that's going to save the day. And we're seeing another example of leadership that is self-centered on its own self-preservation, its own self-interest, and we're seeing this totally unraveling from so many different directions. This is the vice president who knew what was going on with President Biden, but lied to everybody. This is the media that knew what was going on with President Biden and lied to everybody just to continue this domination of the Democratic Party. And again, it just looks so bad. And from my point of view, it looks even worse. This is leadership that is only centered around itself and doesn't care about the flock, doesn't care about the sheep. And I was kind of going through this, and I can't help but put together something that the Bible said very clearly about shepherds that don't care about their sheep. And if you've got a Bible, open up to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, where Jeremiah talks about shepherds. And here's what he says in verse 1. Woe to the shepherds who destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, said the Lord. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of Israel against the shepherds who feed my people, you have scattered my flock, you have driven them away, you have not attended to them. Behold, I will attend to you for the evil of your doing, said the Lord. And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all of the different countries where I have driven them and bring them back to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and they shall increase, which is exactly what's happened. And I will set up shepherds over them who will feed them and who shall fear no more, no be dismayed, no shall they be lacking, says the Lord. We need some good shepherds. And again, I'm bringing the Israeli point of view here as far as that is concerned. I've said this for a long time. The main problem that Israel has with what's going on in American leadership is American weakness. We live in a very bad neighborhood. In a bad neighborhood, you cannot show weakness. And American weakness has been, I think, one of the determining factors over the last administration in allowing things to happen in Israel that shouldn't have happened. Again, what happened in Ukraine would not have happened. What happened in Gaza would not have happened if the United States of America had shown more leadership, had shown more authority. And this is why seeing President Trump on that stage has been a breath of fresh air. You can say a lot of things about President Trump, some of them good, some of them bad. But one thing that you cannot say about President Trump, and he proved it very specifically on the assassination attempt, he is not weak. And he will not show weakness. And President Trump already, in the beginning of the reconnecting of himself to this presidential race, has made his opinion about what's going on in Israel very clear. And from my point of view, when I hear things like this, I think this is important. Listen to what President Trump said about the hostages and about the situation in Israel.
I will end every single international crisis that the current administration has created, including the horrible war with Russia and Ukraine, which would have never happened if I was president, and the war caused by the attack on Israel, which would have never happened if I was president. And the entire world, I tell you this, we want our hostages back, and they better be back before I assume office, or you will be paying a very big price.
And here, to make it even more complicated, here comes Benjamin Netanyahu, Bibi, uh, and he's landing in the United States as we speak, and he's come in order to meet President Biden. To meet President Biden about the situation in Israel, about the situation with the hostages, to make some kind of an arrangement, and to speak in front of both houses in Congress. And that's going to happen right now in the middle of all of this. Now, as of now, this meeting is still on. As of now, I don't know if he's going to be meeting Kamala Harris. As of now, we don't know if he's going to be meeting President Trump. But I think he's trying very, very hard to meet President Trump. This is the first time Benjamin Netanyahu has left the country since the beginning of this war. This is the first time that Benjamin Netanyahu has been back in the United States since, I think, 2020. And back then, again, he was meeting Trump, though Bibi and Trump don't always get along with each other. And this is the first time that Benjamin Netanyahu is going to be coming where he is not the main star of what's going on. And the political situation in the United States is going to be completely, completely different. He will be speaking before both houses. And we know already that on the Democrat side, there's a lot of people who are planning on disrupting, and there are a lot of people who are planning on not showing up. And we know on the Republican side that whoever does disrupt and does make a problem might even be escorted out by the sergeant of arms at the Congress. But this is going to be a very sensitive political event. This is the first time that Benjamin Netanyahu is going to be coming and not being the main star of the show. And judging by the response at the Republican Congress a little while ago, Israel has become a major part of the Republican message in these elections coming up. And I think that is very, very important. The story of Israel, how Israel is treated and how Israel is regarded, has become a very polarizing aspect in American politics. And you can see who's supporting the ceasefire, give Hamas whatever they want, and Israel is committing genocide, and Israel is committing all kinds of things like that. And you see the other side who is actually showing support for Israel. And that, I think, has become another way that Israel is playing a role. And what's happening in Israel is playing a role even in American politics today. This is going to be a very, very important week. This is going to be a very, very important situation. And what we need you to do, like we've said before, is pray for what is going on. Pray for our prime minister who is going to be here. Pray for your future president who actually lines up to this in the right manner. And pray for everything that's going to be happening here over the next week. Like I've said before, if you do want to connect to Gijón Springs and what we're doing, there's a link down here below us. If you do want to support the military units in Israel right now, or supporting the Christian ministries in Israel, or support me and Christy and what we're doing here, connect to that link. This is David Tal. This is a Balagan Connection. Hope to see you soon.